Just 2 weeks behind Knox Johnson, he continued eastwards for another lap of the Southern Ocean to save my soul, as he put it. This is the real solo race, sailing like it's 1968.
Forcément, tous les gens qui reviendront de la Golden Gogress, forcément, il faut s'attendre à ce qu'ils aient changé.
It's a great story and it's the 50th anniversary, and it's a great opportunity to relive the original solo sailing when technology wasn't available, where we're just using sextants and wind-up clocks to find your position. And it's really the story of humanity and human endeavour in the extreme. So the world has never seen anything like this event.
Well, g'day everybody. Here we go again, and we've got rid of those three silly senior sailors or whatever it is, and it's back to entrance of the GGR. And big news for this session is that we're 3 days away from being 2 years away from the start of the next GGR in 22. So we're halfway through it, which is really quite mind-boggling when you think about it. Time is rocketing by, and for us as the organisers, not so bad, but we've got plenty to do between now and then, and we'll be glad when the pandemic issues are over and we get back in the swing of things. But in the meantime, the clock is going. So I'm going to kick straight in here with Mike, and we'll talk about the only Suhaili replica so far in the next GGR. G'day, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, good day, Don. Yeah, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm still in Adelaide. And where are you right now?
North of Newcastle, a place called Glen Oak, up the Williams River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're busy building your boat?
Yeah, I have been. Try to be. So I try to work in the afternoons and evenings. That's what I try and do.
Okay, so we'll do the usual routine and take you right back to the beginning. So where was your where were you born? What got you into sailing, and why are you now in Australia? You know, when did it start?
I was born in Durban, in South Africa, so you can hear by the accent.
Yeah.
And my father got me into sailing on our summer holidays, our camping holidays. We'd head off camping to a place called Morgan's Bay up the east coast, and we had a fold-up kayak. Well, that's the wrong boat, but anyway, but that's okay. That's the right one. And so that's a Pratt folding kayak, and it had a pivoting lee board, and a bamboo mast, and the steering was by a tiller with a rudder with a yoke with the steering lines. So my introduction to sailing was a bit unconventional, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So where did your family come from originally? They've been in South Africa for hundreds of years, or what happened? You know, how did it come there?
Yeah. My father's English, so he came over with the Merchant Navy. He was on the mail ships which ran up and down the coast from the UK, and he met my mother, because in those days there was the in thing was all the young girls and things would go out on the mail ships and run up and down the coast.
I hate to tell you this, but it's still the same today. But anyway, carry on.
And they bumped into each other that way, you know. And so then he decided to, that was post-war England, and it wasn't great there at the time. He thought, no, maybe move over to South Africa. So he moved over with his sidecar. It was a Royal Enfield. With the kayak strapped on top. That's
right. Okay, so what's the deal with the catamaran then? Is that a plywood?
So that's a Yachting World cat. It was a 1962 design by Carl Palmdani. He also designed the Hellcats, which were the fastest sort of sea cats at the time.
Yeah.
And so this is a mini version of that. So it was sort of, the kayak had come to the end of its life, and this was the next sort of moving on. So from a kayak into a cat. So that was also quite a challenge. I remember having my hands, were completely shredded from the jib sheets because there were no purchases. It was just it was a anyway.
Okay. So then I know these boats really well because I did a few years in the Naval Reserve, and we sailed a couple of them, the Navy whalers. They're great boats. So what's your connection there?
Yeah, that was about 1978, and I was doing national service in the South African Navy. And we sailed these whalers, and I just loved them. Again, a bit unconventional, with a loose-footed main. Really nice boats, clinker built. And I always think of the longest voyage, I believe, in an open boat is the Moby Dick voyage from the Essex, 4,500 miles in the Pacific.
Yep. Yeah,
and that was
well.
whalers. Yeah,
I'm trying to tell a few guys to do it in the bounty boat that I've got.
that would be good. Very nice. Yes.
Anyway, okay, so then there's a fascinating one here. This is the Van der Stat Buccaneer you're telling me about, and it's got a connection with Bertie Reed and John Martin. Tell it what's the story there?
Well, I don't know exactly, but when I repainted the boat, I noticed it had the name Cameo on it.
You bought this boat as the family boat or whatever?
Yeah, I bought the boat and I rebuilt it and lightened it as one does, took all the rubbish out. But yeah, it became, underneath all the paint was the name Cameo. And in Bertie Reed's book, I think he mentions the boat Cameo. And then I discovered that it's called Fusion, and I believe John Martin sailed it. Somehow there was a connection with the Navy as well, and I think they used it as a training boat or something.
So just to explain to people, John, they might not know Bertie Reed. I met him in the '82 BOC, and then he was in all the other BOCs. Great guy, big time sailor in South Africa, and a real character, fantastic guy. And John Martin was another big time sailor in my BOC in 1990. Uranium keel, all this stuff. It was the bank. I forget the name of the bank. That was his sponsor. And the boat sunk. We got some ice jammed in somewhere and split the boat. And Bertie had to rescue John. So quite prominent South Africans. But did they have a bearing on you? Like, what got you then from sailing into serious sailing?
Well, nothing. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a serious sailor, but obviously there are lots of all those influences rub off, and So I didn't know them apart from John, who I did an examination, a coastal navigation, a coastal skipper's navigation sort of test exam with him.
Okay, so then, I've lost you. Hang on, I pressed the wrong button. I hope you're still there. Hang on, wait one. I'll bring you back in a minute. There we go. Sorry, I pressed the wrong buttons, but g'day.
Back again. Yeah.
So then somehow, I know that part of your backstory is you end up in Australia and you're working on some pretty high-tech boats over at Boat Speed. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, that was really, it was sort of opportunity. Something just happened. I was really lucky about that. I had worked at Robertson and Kane in South Africa and been involved in some of on the Leopard 63, I think it was, and came over and sort of knocked on the door at Boat Speed, and they just needed a project coordinator for that job, and that's how it really happened.
What was the boat?
B&Q Castorama, I think Moby.
Yeah.
So that was Ellen MacArthur's boat. And that was just, it was, for me, it was, it was absolutely fantastic. It was just, I loved it, And then from there we went on to Movie Star, and I did a bit of the Thomas Coville's, one of his, I forget, I'm hopeless with names, but yeah, he's big. He's 105 for Trimaran, and a whole lot of other projects at Boat Speed, and it was just so good working with Peter and Sari, and learned so much about composites, and that took me on, and I went and then studied composite boat building, the TAFE system.
Okay, so now all of a sudden you're building a composite replica of Stu Haley. It's not a fast boat, but it's a good boat from 68. And you're going to do the GGR. So where did the spark come from? Where did that idea come from? What put you down that path?
I had from Movie Star. I'd saved. They'd built a mock-up of the hull, and it was all in cedar. And I'd sort of taken that home with me, took it apart, and brought it all back. And thought, I'm going to build a boat with this sometime. I thought it was going to be a trimaran at one stage, kind of a 9-meter farrier kind of thing, but it never. Yeah. But anyway, so it became anyway. Eventually, this I read an article you put up in the Coastal Passage, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. And thought, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And I have a. You would have noticed we've got a lot of interest in boat design, all sorts of boat design. You know, from doesn't matter, but these column arches are quite interesting because they have a very different. They're very curvy boats, lots of curves, and I guess I'm interested to see if they actually work as well as they claim to work in seas and things like that, you know. So, and it was also an opportunity for me to. I've done some sort of yacht design courses and things, and I thought, well, I can now design the boat. I mean, the lines are what they are. They're column arched lines, which were made smaller by or scaled down by Atkin, but you know, all the structure and the whole everything else is mine. Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, you got a pretty method. Anyone that wants to see it and learn how to do it, you could actually. There's a lot of good stuff there. But moving on, you know, obviously the boat building is a big issue, and you're doing a great job of the replica. But there's a hell of a lot of sailing to be done as well. So what do you think is your biggest challenge besides getting to the start line?
Apart from it's finishing the boat. Really, the rig and the sails are the things I really worry about the most. So the start, the actual sailing doesn't worry me at all. I have sailed enough shorthanded and on my own. I know it'll be challenging. I know it'll be tiring and hard. And I know I'll want to give up because I'll be cold and hungry and things will be broken and my hands will be shredded, but that's fine.
That's right. You'll have a great time. So you entered the 18 event, but you didn't quite get the boat finished, and now you're into it, and you're quite a long way down the track. So you're still working and trying to earn money as well as building the boat. I mean, it's a bit of an epic, eh? Tell us a bit about all that.
Sorry, just repeat the question.
Okay, just saying that you entered the 18 event, the 18 Golden Globe, couldn't finish the boat in time. Okay, now you're targeted 22. So you're obviously challenged with working to earn the money, to then work time on the boat and you know, hunt sponsors and things like that. So tell us a bit about the challenges there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's at the moment it's trying to get the structure finished this year. That's absolutely critical. The boat has to be, you know, pretty much finished. Next year is the money year. Is you know, winches, fit out, motors, batteries, and that's going to be a huge challenge. And then really, you know, looking ahead, then round about this time, or maybe October, it has to be in the water sailing, absolute latest.
Yeah.
You know. And so I don't have a good plan. I've tried to have plans, but I find that it's the time, money, and then sometimes there's rework I have to do because my working conditions are not great, and sometimes I'm too tired. I shouldn't be working. I should stop, and rather than having to redo stuff.
That's cool. Hey, Jane's giving you a hard time at the moment. She's answering some questions online about your blog and website. And Jane's comment is you've got a fantastic website, but you're not keeping up with it, and he's too busy building. So you've got a few fans that want to follow your blog, so you better onto it. You better get onto it because it is really good. I've seen all the drawings and all the preparation and the conceptual stuff that you did is really fantastic. If someone ever wanted to build a replica of Suhaili, you've got it all there in a nutshell. You could do.
Yeah.
Okay, a few people there saying they found the blog, so that's cool. All right.
It does need updating. Just bear in mind that the last many months have been doing the internal skin, and it's a bit like saying I laid another 10 bricks today. You know, it's kind of it would have been boring. I'm now at a nice stage where you're going to see a lot of progress. It'll look like a lot anyway with the furniture going in, which is all structural, and Yeah. So and the deck going on.
It's going to be a hot boat. It's going to be faster than Suhaili because the one thing that's very hard to work out is the riding moments and the power of the boat. But your boat looks like it's going to be a very powerful Suhaili. And Tommy's boat, Nadine, was really impressive. He was on a roll, before he got knocked out, but he was really doing well. So it'll be quite good to see your boat in the race, eh? Okay, we're going to do some silly questions now. You know the deal. You got to pick a number between 1 and 10.
5.
5. How did you meet your best friend?
On a canoe trip? Canoeing trip?
Hang on, was that the dog?
No. Could be.
Okay. No, I just saw the dog in the canoe and I thought, maybe you picked up a dog. No. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, 10 to 20.
That'll be 15.
15. What do you think is a waste of money? Don't say the GGR.
Motor cars are a waste of money.
Yeah? What sort of car do you drive now?
I don't have one. I've sold it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. That says a lot. Have you got a bike?
Yeah, I've got a Suzuki motorbike, yeah. It's an adventure type. My last car was a Land Rover Defender. That explains a bit, maybe.
Oh, yeah, okay. But actually, I've got to say right now, we kind of like a Land Rover, but that's all I'll say for now. Anyway, and we like a lot of things. But anyway, Lassab Delone especially. Okay, moving right along, 20 to 30.
25.
25. You're a 5 man. Is 5 your lucky number?
Oh, it gives you room to maneuver up and down.
I see. Okay, all right. 25. How do you do you sing in the shower, and what do you sing if you do?
I'd scare myself. No, I wouldn't sing in the shower.
Okay, all right. 30 to 40.
Oh, we'll go 35. Keep the pattern.
Boring now. Okay, I'm going to throw a wild card. Do you follow your heart or do you follow your head?
Heart.
And why?
That's an adventure.
What is following your heart or your head?
Your head. Oh, your heart. Your heart. Yeah. Your head is then you know where you're going, but your heart you've got no idea.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. All right, 40 to 47.
Oh, okay,
not 45, but not 45.
44.
44. Okay.
Yeah.
If something happened and you lost everything, what would you do?
Start again.
Yeah. How?
Plan B. I don't know. Your health is for me. Health and spirit is really all you need. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I agree entirely. Okay, this one will be really obscure. Now you got to pick a letter between A and N.
A and N. B.
B.
Bravo.
Oh, crikey. Is cereal soup, and why? Or why not?
Yes, I'll say yes.
It is soup. Why is it soup?
Barley.
Barley. Oh, very good. Okay, that's cool. All right, I like that. All right, now here comes the dynamite stuff. Right, this is word association. You know the deal. I'll throw a word at you and tell me the first thing that comes into your head. All right. Okay. Time.
Not enough.
Whale.
Essex.
Winner.
Jean-Luc.
Impossible.
It seems impossible until it's done.
Father.
Yeah. What's the right? Yeah. Well loved.
Okay. Fear.
Yeah, sharpens one's sharpens one. Yeah.
Adventure.
An activity with an unknown outcome.
Okay. Panic.
Procedure.
Holidays.
No idea.
Sponsors.
Yes, please.
Cape Horn.
Sorry, say again.
Cape Horn.
Cape Horn. Mystical place. Really, must go there.
Okay, rump steak.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, that'll do. All right, that sounds good. Yep, it's always interesting, to get these answers. People think we're crazy, but it's a bit of fun and it says quite a lot. All right, we got Gurev here. No, I'm going to tell you a story. We've got Gurev here, and hang on, I'm just about to bring him on. Here he comes. Let's pull you 1, 2, 3, and now I'd like to there, but he's not there. Jeepers. I'm looking at a frozen. Okay, Goro, because I was about to say he's not actually Guru, but I've been calling Goro Guru for the last 2 years, and I finally asked him how you pronounce the name, but we've sort of lost contact there, so he may be hearing us. If you are Goro, we've got a frozen screen that's all black, but I'm looking at a dead picture. I'm going to cut you off, just link back in again, and we'll see how we go there. So I'm going to just remove this source. So he's chopped off. So we'll carry on talking, and as soon as I see him pop up, we'll bring him in. Yeah, it's funny, eh? I'm hopeless with names, but for the last 2 years, I've been calling him Gurev, and he never said a word. I said, "Hey, how do I pronounce your name?" And it's Goro. So apologise for the last 2 years. Anyway, we'll get him back in a minute because we had him online before, doing really well. So what's your workup? Oh, hang on, here he is. He's just popped up again. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. Hang on, where is he? There he is. There we go. We're nearly there. There we got 2, 1, 0. G'day, Goro. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm good. I've just given you my 2 years worth of apologies for calling you Guru for 2 years. So
yeah,
Goro. Yeah. So Mike. Mike. He's alongside you there.
I think Mike was the first person. Yeah, hi Mike. Mike was the first person you introduced me to when I actually decided to do the GGR, because I wanted to do a Suhaili replica, but then I realized it's so much money. I just buy a boat.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean, but it's kind of interesting now because we'll talk about that in a minute about why you think, why Mike is going to beat your boat, and you think you're going to beat his boat and stuff. We'll talk about that. But anyway, so where are you at the moment? Goro?
So I'm actually in the basement of one of the houses that I'm renovating right now to rent out and make some money out of it so I can fund the GGR.
Cool.
But I'm heading to the boat. I'm heading to the boat in the evening, and I live on the boat most of the week.
Yeah.
Just working away at small projects, getting ready for 2 years from now.
Yeah. Okay. But what part of the world?
It's in Toronto.
In Toronto. So you're on the lake there? Yeah.
Lake Ontario.
Yep, that's cool. And you're sailing your boat now. I see you sailing the boat because you're sailing it, and the bum's up in the air like this. You're sailing it like that.
Yeah, I've been removing so much weight that it's a bit off balance. And actually, the Baba, after the ones I have, they added a bit more ballast to it. But I'm not really worried about it much because the boat is sailing really well. Like in good breeze, she gets up to 7 knots really quickly. And I actually haven't hoisted the main yet.
Okay.
So it's going to be even faster when the main comes up.
All right. Well, the good news is Guy Devere is there, and he's getting really nervous. He watches you very closely because he's got a similar boat. But anyway, so we'll get into all that next week. You're here. This is a teaser. We can't talk too much about you tonight or today, Goro. Other than the fact that, Mike, tell me why you're going to beat Goro with his 36-footer in your Suhaili replica.
Foster boat. I don't know. I won't have curry.
Okay. So
I won't be distracted. That's us. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting, eh? With all the different designs and bits and pieces. I think it'll be quite a surprise to see what's going to happen. So, so how do you think you'll fare? Like, what do you think are the advantages that the replica's got over some of the other boats in the race that are longer, bigger boats?
It's not that much shorter on the waterline, really. And to be honest, I think the weather is going to be the deciding factor. And I think, personally, my view is that steering is sail balance. Steering is the key thing. But having said that, I know that the Suhaili replica's got a lot of righting moments. So on a reach, it should be pretty good. upwind, I'm not sure. I've reinforced my forward section a lot because I've read Tapio's accounts of slamming and a few other people saying that knocking into head into waves and things. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, Guy de Boer's making some very bold predictions already, saying that the double enders will lead the fleet. That'll be fun to watch. I'll remind him about those statements. Jane, please take notes. Guy de Boer said we'll refer to that in 2 years' time. Oh, we're not going to say. Yeah, we got to be unbiased. So okay, Goro. This is your big chance, mate. You can have a go now. Why are you going to beat Sue Haley? And remember, Robin might be listening as well. So so Robin might be. You got to be careful what you say here.
So like if Robin's listening, he should know that the first Golden Globe race was won by a boat built in Bombay. I am built in Bombay, so it is a Bombay guy has to win the race, and then secondly, I'm just more desperate than everyone else. I think I wanted to sail the Volvo and the Vendée once in my life, and I could never get there. This is my chance, and this is the only chance I have, and I'm not going to let it go. Though everyone's going behind me.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. I'll ask both of you. There's those that want to go around just for the hell of it, and they've got to finish. Then there's those that want to go around and do the best they can, and then there's those that want to win the race. Now, Guy de Boer is the first category, so don't worry about him. So where are you, Guru? Where are you? Where do you psych yourself up on this? Are you the 1, 2, or 3? 1 being the want to win, and 3 being get around and enjoy the adventure.
It's absolutely about winning. If I wanted to get around and enjoy the adventure, I would have been like Jeremy Rand or Bert, the guy who just completed his round the world. I would have been out there right now doing that. This race is a platform. It's media. It's a stepping stone to what next, and that's my goal. Yes, finishing and being alive is important. Winning is equally important, and for where I come from, winning is all you need, because that's going to start. I am 33. I have a long life to go on. I have to win the race.
Okay, that's enough. Yeah. Don't say any more. We're going to save some more for next week. Get good punchlines out. Otherwise, no one will turn up. So, okay, Mike, where are you? 1, 2, or 3? You want the 1 being the winner and the
Yeah, number 2, I suppose. I want to do well, but there's some very experienced sailors out there. Entrants, and they're going to do well for sure. People have done this before, been around before, they know what to expect. I have to sell conservatively initially, or most of the time, I suppose. But I'll push it as best I can, and myself. I mean, it's going to be me. It's.
So tell me this: obviously you're going through the painful side at the moment, building the boat. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but it's the challenge with time, challenge with money, all that sort of stuff. What's going to be the most fun thing for you? Like for the GGR. What, Mike? What's why are you doing it? What's the most fun?
Wow. I don't know. I mean, looking forward is going to be a lot of fun. Being on my own, I'm looking forward to that. Really being as far away from anybody else as possible. I'll try to be as far away from Guru as well, way ahead of him.
I'm going to make everyone smell the curry behind me.
James is rolling around on the floor here because I called you Guru again, Goro. Sorry about that. It's going to be a big problem now. Anyway, okay. So that's kind of cool. And what about your sales and stuff? How many sales are you going to take? Are you going to go minimalistic, Mike, or are you going to have the whole shooting match?
I think my budget, my purse will dictate that. So I might end up with 3 sales, 4.
That's what Nuku used. They only use 3 sales and some spinnakers. That's all.
Yeah, no, I mean that's possible. But I mean, if I can, I'll go with 11. Is it? I'm not sure what I'm allowed. I think it's 11. We should be fine. I mean, because I've sort of worked out a sale scheme that I think will work well. Sort of had a look at what Tapio was doing, but I think 80% of the time, 20% of the sales will do the job.
Yeah. Yeah, true. So what about? I didn't ask you about family situation. Your family right behind it. They're backing 100%, or they say see you later when you get home, or what's the support in the background?
No, they're pretty good. They're very, very, very supportive. Yeah, I mean, I'm putting them through a bit of hardship at the moment, but they're supporting it, and I get told to get out in the shed and build that boat.
Okay, you can always put the bed under the boat or something. That's cool.
Yeah, that's been mentioned.
Yeah. And so so with the structure of your planning now, get the structure done. You're gonna one stage you're gonna ship to South Africa and then sail up from there. But now I think you're gonna sail across and
yeah, it's a
plan.
Timing money thing. I'm quite keen. I've had a look at it. I think going west about around the Indian Ocean High, so getting to Fremantle in November, and coming back that way. It's less than 2 months sail from Fremantle to Cape Town.
Yeah.
The only problem is I see that we meant to be in Les Sables for a conference or something in December. So that's right in the middle of my plan. So that's the only little thing there. Getting to Cape Town gives me a bit of a run into Cape Town, a bit of a good chance to try out a few things, the steering systems in particular. And I have a bit of, I have some infrastructure there and people I know who can help me fix things up. And then from there, it's a nice run up, St. Helena Ascension. It's a nice run up in the trade winds, and then probably get into the northern hemisphere. Early summer.
Yeah, cool. There's going to be quite a few going up there. Captain Coconut's sailing up there, but he's going around the Horn. And then we've got Matthew Wright, and we've got another Mike. We've got too many M's in the Australian team. But anyway,
don't join the Adelaide fleet.
Sorry?
I'm saying don't join the Adelaide fleet.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, that's another story. And anyway, it's going to be fun. So all right. So, geez, I nearly did it again. Goro, you're sailing. You're putting some video clips together. You're doing quite a big media thing there. Like there's going to be a lot of material later on coming out, which is kind of cool. And you've got the plan for the houses. So you're renovating that one. What number is that one between 1 and 10? Because I know you're planning to do a few. That's number 2. That's a really cool plan. Yeah. So I hope that works. So, all right. So we're going to see you next week, Goro.
Yeah.
Same place. I'm sure you have a big following. We might just block Guy de Boer next week. Okay, so he can't come on. And that way you can really open up and tell us all your secrets. All right. So you can talk freely. All right. And it's pretty simple. All right. So that's cool. I'll just check to see if anyone's got a question for you, Guru. Not Goro. No question, James. Fine. Okay, so I'm going to sign you out, Goro, and we'll see you next week, eh? Yep. All right. See you later, mate. Thanks, mate. See ya.
Have a good one. Bye.
Cheers, Goro.
Okay, so all right, Mike, we're pushing through the time. So, is there any particular subjects you want to get onto that you'd like to talk to anyone about? Potential sponsors watching you, and the thousands of others out there that are watching this right now.
Oh, I need some lead right now.
You need pencil. Well, that's sad.
I need 2 tons of lead, scrap lead. Anybody got lead? I'll come fetch it. But yeah, apart from that, at the moment,
how much ballast have you got in the boat? How much lead do you need to use?
I'm not until the boat's built. I'm not really sure, but I think it'll be about 3 tons.
3 tons. What's lead? I haven't even costed lead. How much is lead now? Scrap lead.
Scrap lead. It's $2 a ton, so six grand. Scrap lead.
Okay. Wow.
So I'm waiting for a good, tropical storm, something to wash a boat up on the beach.
There's some people who do that. I've been offered some gear off salvage boats, and I'd never take it for karma, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I need help. I do, but I'm expecting when the boat looks more like a boat, that it'll be a better time. I was really, what happened this year was the Sydney boat show. All the boat shows have been cancelled, and that was going to be when I did my walk and talk. And So yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm speaking to people, various people, getting engines and things, trying to get them sorted out, and yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll get that blog happening again and get the Facebook routine going and start build the numbers. And you never know what might happen. You know.
Yeah. No, thanks. Yeah.
So yeah. Well, all right. Well, we're watching closely because it'll be really exciting to see another replica across the start line. That'll be quite cool. You know. So good luck with that.
Yeah. No, thanks, Don. I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right, good to chat. So we'll do it again in about another 6 months or something when we do the loop. We'll probably keep going this routine, you know, by the time we get to the end, and a few silly solo sailor sessions as well. It'll be sometime next year, maybe. Who knows? Okay,
Yeah.
good to
Good
chat.
to talk. Thank you.
Yep, that's right. So we'll see you again soon. See ya. Okay, that's it. I've got to find my closing screen. So that's the end of another one, and we'll look forward to seeing Goro next week. So thanks for that. Well, I forgot to check for any questions. Were there any questions, Jane? Celine's there. Oh, Celine's there. G'day, Celine. Guy de Boer's there. Fancy that. And Dominica and Mike and Gay. Mike was late again. He always is. And Mike Phillips is there. Stephen Eddy, he's always there. Oh, Ida's there too. Hello from Paris. Yeah, thanks everyone for checking in and not giving us too many questions. See you next week. Bye bye.